This is my SAVI
And this
story.
is my
This is
SAVI
my
story.
SAVI story.
This is my SAVI story.
Presented by Seven Figure Flipping.
We went to quite a few different places. I went to quite a few different places while I was in. I was stationed in Japan for 2.5 years, a little less than 2.5. But while I was there, I actually didn't get to go in as many countries as you would think being stationed there because my ship was broken for the majority of it. But I went to go see places myself, right? So we had pulled into Korea a few times, and we had pulled into a few ports in Japan. But while I was there, I'd flown to Nepal. I did a cool little place, a leave trip of my own while I was there. I had gone to Philippines, and I had gone to, am I drawing a blank, Australia. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that was my time there. And then after I left that command, I had on deployments, right? I had gone to France a few times. I've gone to Germany. I've been to Poland, up and down the Mediterranean, right? Various ports in there. And then I've gone to UAE, so Dubai, Fujairah, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait, and then Bahrain. So I've seen quite a little bit.
I didn't really get to travel as much while I was in, as far as being, stationed. I think Vandenberg and Lackland were my only two assignments. Deployment-wise, I probably had 6 deployments to Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, and once to Germany to close a base down, Rhein-Main Air Force Base. It was right next to Ramstein, so it was a very small base. It was at that time one of the center points for launching some of the troops downrange. So it was one of those hubs, and they kind of moved it all over to Ramstein. But as far as deployments and being in those other countries, that's probably the extent of seeing the world. And along the way, you get to stop in Ireland and in those type of places. So yeah.
My first time leaving the country was going to Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003. My second time leaving the country was deploying in 2004. So I initially joined with, wanting to see the world. I didn't know it was going to be in that fashion, but it did give me an opportunity to see the world. Like Iraq is, and if you are a biblical scholar, right, it's definitely, written that, the Tigris and Euphrates, that's in Europe. Mesopotamia is cradle of civilization. Just being there was almost cathartic in many ways. Then going to Haiti, for me personally, second time leaving the country, that was another amazing experience because my ancestors probably came through the Caribbean. Haiti was the first independent Black country in the Western Hemisphere in 1804. Went to Indonesia, got an opportunity to see a lot of Southeast Asia, and then, to have an opportunity to live in Sicily. And by the time I was in Sicily, I was married. My wife, we had just got married, and we actually, the honeymoon, quote unquote, if you will, was actually living in Europe.
I did get the chance to travel. I had a couple of deployments and some projects I got to do, some temporary duty assignments. So I did get to travel, which was a really great experience in terms of just being able to be in different places that I never would have signed up for, so to speak, but even being able to really get the beauty out of that and being able to see, other vacationers that were there while you're, serving. It's very interesting to see that contrast of being on a deployment and seeing other people on a vacation that are right next to you. But it definitely gave me a lot of new exposure and experience. And as a result of that, I've since actually gone into travel, and I travel regularly now, and I can certainly attribute that confidence in being able to navigate in unknown lands, not knowing the language, really back to my military time.
I would say it was probably 3 years. And I say that because when I left Sicily, that put me right at my 17-year mark. So I kind of knew going to Rhode Island that this could be it. And if it is it, I need to start preparing for it. So I would really say it was a 3-year process.